Okay, now the directions read that you need to sketch this graph. Um, the equation of this line, you need to sketch it. So basically, what you need to first know is that this first one, number 16 on the review sheet, it is already in the form y equals mx plus b. This again is called slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form of the equation of a line. So here I have an equation of a line, and it's already in slope-intercept form. So basically, all I need to do is know that b is your starting value. That's also, or what is formally, b is, in this particular case, -4. Now, what does that mean? That b is -4. How does that help me? How does that relate to its graph? B is the y-intercept. Now, what does that mean? That means that where this line intersects this axis is when y is -4, or when y is b. So where this line hits this line is at -4. So -1, -2, -3, -4. That means that I know for sure that this is a point on my line, and that is my starting point. Now, I use the next piece of information, my slope, to get another point. Slope in this case is 8/5, which is rise over run. That's slope. So now I use this and this as my starting point to get my next point. So I start here and I rise 8. So I go up 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is where I am now. I'm up here. Then I have to run 5, which is it's a +5. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's how much I want to run. I went up 8. So I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I run 5. And it's +5. So I run to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this right here is my second point. I connect these 2 points in a straight line. Changes. Connect them in a straight line, and I am done. This is my line. Okay, that's it. Okay, now when I started with number 16, it was already in the form y equals mx plus b. Y was already solved for. But if you look at 27, I don't have it in the form y equals mx plus b right away. Y is not solved for. Y is not by itself on this side of the equal sign at all. So my first step for 27 is to take this equation, this 7x plus 3y equals -12, and get it in the form y equals mx plus b. Now, the way it is that I do that is that I first minus 7x on both sides. Because remember, I want to get y by itself. I want to get this by itself. So I start by getting the things most furthest away from y on the other side. negative 7x minus 12 on this right hand side. 7x minus 7x is 0. Left with 3y over here. If I want to get y by itself, I divide by 3. And I have to divide each term by 3 over here. This gives me 3 divided by 3 is 1. 1 times y is just y. Negative 7x over 3 is the same thing as negative 7 over 3 times x. If you know your multiplication of fractions, you could convince yourself of this. Minus 12 divided by 3 is 4. And now this here is this equation. These two equations contain the same information, this one and this one. Okay, they're just represented differently. This one here at the bottom is in the form y equals mx plus b, slope-intercept form. And now I can graph it. So b, the y-intercept, where it intersects the y-axis, is negative 4 again, like in the last problem, but this is slightly different. We'll see how. Negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. And I start off at this point right here. That is my y-intercept. Now I use the fact that the slope is negative 7 over 3. But remember, slope can be interpreted as a rise, how much you rise over how much you run, which is negative 7 over 3. Now, in this case, if I were to go down 7 and write 3, that would be fine. And I could extend this and go down 7 and over 3. But we could also use the fact that negative 7 over 3 is equal to positive 7 over negative 3. And this is the one I actually want to use when I do rise over run. Because going down 7, I'm going to go off the chart. But going up 7 and then left 3 is better. It's going to be cleaner. So let's see if I go up 7. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so now I'm here. I went up 7. And that's a rise of 7. Positive 7. And then a run of negative 3. When your run is negative, you go to the left. So it's 1 to the left, 2 to the left, 3 to the left, let's say. And then I have another point right here. Because let's see, I went up 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I ran 3, 1, 2, 3 to the left. And I connect these two things in a straight line, these 2 points in a straight line, and I have graphed my line. Goes on forever, don't forget your arrows. Goes on forever, goes on forever, and then you are done with that.